What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Keep Exploring Podcast, episode 3, I believe it is. Today we're going to be talking about the future of SeaWorld San Diego, different rides, different roller coasters that we think could be coming, all that good stuff, because SeaWorld San Diego hasn't been seeing their brightest days. So welcome to the Keep Exploring Podcast. I am Scott.
I am Savannah.
And this is the Keep Exploring Podcast. Let's roll the intro.
I want to be like you. I want to walk like you, talk like you, you say it's true. Connect like me. And life is human too.
So I want to dive into the questions or the suggestions first I put, because I usually put on my YouTube community tab or Instagram, here's the topic of the next podcast, put your thoughts down below and you have a chance to be featured. So with this one, I put, tonight we will be filming a podcast about the future of SeaWorld San Diego. Let us know down below what you think would be a good addition to the park, whether it's a ride, show, or exhibit. So we got a bunch of suggestions, and I'm going to read a couple. We're going to talk about them. So this one comes from Christian Stapleton. He said there should be a roller coaster that goes over shallow waters and you can see stingrays and other small fish. What's your thoughts on that, Savannah?
The idea of it sounds pretty cool, but the practicality of it, I don't think it would necessarily, work. Or, because if it's a roller coaster, it can't go fast, or, if it's shallow water. Maybe if it goes, underneath the water, somehow, kind of like the the shark, tunnel thing.
The water slide?
No, I'm talking about SeaWorld, the shark tunnel thing.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe if, somehow, you go underneath that, that'd be cool.
So, underneath it, there'd be a tunnel while you're riding the roller coaster, and there'd be glass.
Yeah, but I don't think it should be, if it is gonna happen, I think it should happen, in the beginning, where you're still, going slow, so obviously, you don't disturb the fishies and stuff.
Well, and then if you're going fast, it could rupture the glass.
Think of, Manta, but instead of, the picture, the what's the word?
What, the first show scene?
Yeah, the show, the pictures on the wall and stuff. Instead of that, an actual aquarium type thing.
That'd be cool, and then, you launch off out of it.
Yeah.
I think that it's really hard for, even though SeaWorld's whole thing is, mixing sea life with a theme park, I think that the hardest thing is really incorporating sea life into a attraction, because what I've noticed through SeaWorld Orlando, SeaWorld San Diego, and San Antonio is there will never be an attraction where you're necessarily riding it and you're still a part of the animals. So the penguin ride over at Orlando, you're on the trackless stork ride, and then you see the penguins while you're on the ride, but that's a little to no movement. If they were to do a roller coaster, they try to incorporate an aquarium or something, I feel like that'd be a lot more difficult, because they got to think about the practicality, like you said, of thinking about everything, the safety of it. It could rupture the glass, it could disturb the fish, and really throw the sea life off of their normal daily routines, which can mess with the studies that SeaWorld does. So what I've been noticing is they have just been opening rides with exhibits near them or exhibits attached to them, not necessarily a part of the actual ride.
Yeah, kind of like Tidal Twister, how they have the whole, isn't their whole message with it, on Media Day, conservation, or...
Yeah, the rising tide conservation.
Yeah, they have the roller coaster, and they have, something, meaning behind it, but they don't actually have, the animals involved. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But they try to theme it around that, Electric Eel. The only crappy thing that I don't like about Electric Eel was the eels were there before. Those are originally a part of Ocean Explorer, that whole land, and then they were just kind of we built this ride and there's eels right next to it. I wish they would have done more of an eel exhibit, to fit that themed area. I mean, now the plants are growing and stuff, but I just feel like electric eel isn't that greatly themed. So, we're gonna hop into Pie's question. Why do I keep saying questions? Suggestion. The park is trying to focus on rides and not their shows with the animals. It's all because of the movie Blackfish. They should continue their pattern of a ride a year, mainly roller coasters, and not like the new kiddie one. And what they're referring to, the new kiddie one, is Tidal Twister, because everybody hates Tidal Twister. And I hate that everybody hates Tidal Twister. What's your thoughts on this whole thing?
On what
Just
specifically?
the whole thing. The park is trying to focus on rides and not the shows because of Blackfish.
I think SeaWorld started out as a very like family park, you know, like very much like let's take a field trip there. It's very educational, you know. I feel like that's how they kind of started out with, because I mean I remember going on field trips there when I was little, but like now I feel like they're going like, okay, like we're kind of slacking here, like we got
They're
like
losing money.
yeah, like we got to make it seem like we're a theme park now, like something that you actually want to go and see. Like if you go to the zoo, you see the animals. Like some people will get bored; they don't want to go back to see the same animals again, you know. And with like a roller coaster, you're gonna want to go back and ride it over and over and over, you know. So I feel like they want to keep building that, but I feel like they need to focus again on their animals because that's where they first started, and I don't necessarily want to see SeaWorld become into like a Six Flags or anything. I don't want them to be like all roller coaster based. I'd rather them be like animal based.
I think Busch Gardens is a good example because it has so many roller coasters and rides, but they still stay true to they're trying to help animals. They're trying to study these animals to help them out and such. I think that Busch Gardens is a perfect example. I wish that SeaWorld and all the SeaWorld parks would turn more into that. I think that'd be cool. SeaWorld San Diego obviously is doing it a lot more. They have been just really trying to focus on their events, their rides, their anything but the animals basically. And it's not a bad thing. They're really because they're trying to get money, and they do so much. Like they don't get paid to go rescue the animals, you know. They don't get paid to go rescue the animals. They get paid for their guests that come in or the sponsors. So they're really trying to make all these new attractions and have all these events so they can have money to fund their conservation programs or their rescue programs or stuff like that. So in a way, I think that that's good. And another way, if you look at it from an outsider point of view that you don't know so much, it looks like, wow, SeaWorld's just in it for the money. But I definitely think bigger roller coasters is the better way to go. Tidal Twister is the way I kind of just see it as a hold off. Be like, okay, guys, Mako's coming in 2020, so don't worry. And, you know, I'm kind of concerned because we'll skip the questions for right now. But does Mako have the potential of being canceled? Like, does it really have the potential of being canceled? Because we've seen other stuff in the past be canceled.
I mean, I don't think I could really answer that question because I've never seen anything else be canceled. So
no, like not rides, but okay. So SeaWorld planned this giant killer whale aquarium, and then it got canceled a year later. I just like generally, like you don't have to know anything about the history of SeaWorld. Like, do you think that Mako would get canceled from what you know already about what SeaWorld's already doing? Because it never got officially announced.
Yeah, I know. I think, yeah. I mean, I feel like with Tidal Twister, they were expecting a lot, like, and all the feedback's basically everyone disliking it a lot. So I feel like that's kind of shooting them down a little bit. But then again, like, Mako would bring a lot of people to SeaWorld. But I do think it could get canceled. That it's just too big of a project that they can't take on right now.
I think that it is a big project that they may or may not be able to take on, but I think that it'd be so stupid of them to cancel, like, Why would they cancel it? It's fans have already been getting excited for it, and it's already been all over the internet and such. So, why like?
Exactly, and they haven't announced it, so they could just say like, we never actually had those plans.
Well, yeah, they could easily say we never planned it, so we're gonna cancel it. But they did post on their Instagram. I don't know if you remember that. They posted like something big's coming, and they posted the concept art for it. But they never gave any context to it. Like that was like 6 months ago. They were like something big is coming, and then they never said like they haven't said anything since. Then again, we got the Title Twister and Electric Eel announcement. Like, when did we get Title Twister? It was like August that they announced it.
I have no clue.
I think it was like August. But let me look back to see when it was announced, because I know Electric Eel was announced later in the year, and I'm pretty sure that Title Twister was announced later in the year as well. So we're gonna check this out real quick. Give me 1 second.
So I'm on the Instagram page, and I don't know if this is the first one, but on October 22nd, they included the video for Ride the Tide. Oh, wait, here. Their big concept art little thing. Now announcing Title Twister on October 9th on their Instagram.
On October 9th, it was when they posted about Title Twister.
Yeah, that was their first time they posted on their Instagram about Title Twister.
And then my video came out on October 9th too. Yep, so October, that was a late announcement. And same thing with Eel, I think that was announced in September. So I think that if we get an announcement, it'll be later in the year. Hopefully. I think that SeaWorld should look into announcing it a little bit earlier to build the hype around it. That'd be way smarter of them. But I think that it's going to be a little bit later in the year. Let's see, I posted my Electric Eel construction update, my first one on November 26th. And that was like a couple days after I found out and that was just dirt. So who knows? I guess we'll have to wait later in the year and see what SeaWorld does. I hope that they don't cancel Mako. That'd be so stupid. Because then what's their big project, What's their huge project that's coming in 2020? They're redoing the penguin encounter soon. I don't know when. It's scheduled for 2020, but you'd think that they'd already started if it was a big one. So hopefully it is a big one and we start to see it get like revamped soon. Because if it's just a little one, then they're going to start in like February and be like, oh, it's open back up in March. Hopefully it's a big revamp though. Same with the shark encounter. They're supposed to redo the shark encounter to fit the Mako area. Like they want to bring sharks over to the Mako area. Small sharks, not giant sharks, obviously. Javen_XYZ said a shark attack hybrid coaster should come to SeaWorld San Diego. So I think so we'll stop talking about Mako. We're gonna look to 2020 and look into that. So a hybrid coaster. Do you know what a hybrid coaster is? Are you familiar with what a hybrid coaster is?
Twisted Colossus.
There you go. Good job. It's two things. So like a steel and a wooden coaster would be a perfect example. That'd be a cool like a hybrid coaster at SeaWorld San Diego. That'd be something that they should be really proud about. Do I see it coming? No. A shark attack or a shark theme coaster. I don't think that would be the fit because Mako's already shark theme. So I'm gonna turn this into a question. What do you think would be the theme if it was a hybrid coaster that they'd bring? What would be the theme?
Turtles.
We have a turtle area.
Okay, but they don't have a turtle ride. I mean, I don't know.
But
hold on. Like, what's even a point of like a hybrid coaster? Like, what makes that so much like cooler than like another regular Manta? Or
because it's two coasters mixed together. Like two different things. It's like what makes Twisted Colossus cool? It's where steel meets the wood.
Oh my god, it's just I don't know. Well, like I don't want to like hate on you or anything, but like I think like a hybrid coaster and like a regular coaster, like there's no real difference for me. Like Twisted Colossus and Scream at Six Flags, like they're both coasters. I don't really look at them any different.
Okay, but there's really no difference other than like the look. So like they could make Twisted Colossus, they're just a steel, and it'd still be the same ride. It'd
Well,
feel
yeah.
the same, but it has the look of a wooden coaster. I guess that's what people like about it, you know. So it's like the new thing.
Yeah,
it's nothing really to be proud about.
Definitely do not think a hybrid would come then. Like just like I will never.
Think SeaWorld's opening more basic rides.
Yeah, they will never have something that looks like a real. Like a
Six
real,
Flags.
yeah. Like I just don't think that. I think they're gonna go like as basic and simplistic as they can, with their coaster.
RV13 _ Junior said a new version of Wild Arctic would be amazing. Yeah, I wish that they'd. If they're gonna keep Wild Arctic, if they really are, which I think that it's gonna get shut down soon, I think that they should do a new simulator ride.
Like Smuggler's Run.
Yeah, have you seen these freaking simulators? They're getting so advanced.
Yeah, I know.
Like, they need an update on that. That'd be a really cool thing. Chris West said 123 Sesame Street area like in Orlando. I think, okay, so here's the thing. You may not agree with me, but I think that they should get rid of that whole like little kid area and make Sesame Street World. I think that it'd be better. I think that it'd give, because SeaWorld really has no theme right now. It's just sea life.
That is a theme.
Okay, but they don't have like a cool theme. Like a themed area. They tried with Ocean Explorer and failed. We know that.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like a themed area.
Like Cars Land.
And no, we're not talking about Disney. And they have the Bay of Play, which is a kid area, but that's not really themed. It's like a mix of Sesame Street and a freaking jungle gym that's not themed at all. And an arcade. They could scrap that whole area and make Sesame Street land and open a couple of kiddie rides and...
Or just reuse them. Just make them more themed. You know? Like the rides they have now, the teacup ride, the ship ride.
Well, they are themed to Sesame Street, but
like,
just like better.
Like move them around, you know?
Uh-huh.
And like destroy everything.
Because I don't know if some of you guys have seen what Sesame Street land looks like in Orlando, but it is very immersive. What? Oh, nice. It is very immersive, and I feel like a lot of adults like to go in it too sometimes. Like, they're not as bored with their kids because, you know, like, they watch Sesame Street as a kid too. So there's something for the whole family. Anchor21345 said, I would love a dark ride like Dark Castle at Brisk Gardens. I think that a dark ride would fit well. I don't think that a dark ride is really in the works at all, though. I think if a dark ride were to come, it's going to come in like 2025. I think that they're mainly focusing on coasters, and I think you can agree with that.
I can 1,000% agree with that statement.
They're focusing on coasters no matter what. Sea Theme Park said some show like a Greek God One Islands of Adventure. Once again, they're not focusing on shows anymore. There's like, what more can they do with shows? Like, what other show could they do?
Clyde and Seymour Part 7.
Clyde and Seymour Part 7. I do like how they keep that show up to date. Like, tonight I'm looking forward to watching. It's the return of Sea Lions tonight. Actually, the start tonight. I'm saying tonight too much. Where they basically like mimic everything at the park. Which, like, that's why...
Do you think they're going to roast Tidal Twister?
I really want them to roast Tidal Twister. But I love that show. Like, they just, the way they mock the whole park is great. They roast themselves, basically. So that does for those questions or suggestions. If you want to be featured in them, make sure to check out my community tab and my Instagram and just stay up to date with all that. Now I want to dive into a little bit of my thoughts. I think that for SeaWorld to stay successful, they need to keep opening these damn roller coasters. No matter what, SeaWorld San Antonio recently opened Wave Rescue, I think it's called, where it's basically like like a Tron light cycle. So you get on a jet ski, and it's like this full-on roller coaster that you go over water and stuff. It's themed to... No, the theming's kind of whack, because it's like you're supposed to rescue this animal or whatever, but you sitting... It's like... Okay, it's like the cars are like Hagrid's motorbike. Hagrid's motorbike mixed with Tron light cycle. I think that's such a cool thing. I wish that SeaWorld would focus more on rides that haven't been really been done before in a SeaWorld park. Like Busch Gardens is a prime example of those coasters that are insane, but SeaWorld isn't. SeaWorld is normal. Like SeaWorld has a Tatsu in Orlando.
Oh my gosh, those things.
SeaWorld has a Tatsu in Orlando. They have there's a floorless coaster over there in Orlando too. We have I forget what electric eel is actually called. It's like a sky coaster or something like that. And then Tidal Coaster is a brand new coaster. So even though like the Tidal Coaster has been getting a lot of hate, it's still something new for a coaster. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean it's a different type of coaster that we haven't necessarily seen before, so it's still something people would definitely want to check out and experience it at least like once.
And the hate around it.
You know what I'm thinking of when like you say that is Green Lantern at Magic Mountain.
What about it? How can you
Like
relate it?
people, like it was kind of new, like people don't really know what it was, but everyone hated it because they're freaking hurt. But like in a way, like this coaster necessarily like it's not as amazing, but it's something different, and people are still gonna want to ride it at least once, and even like they're gonna talk bad about it afterwards, like they do with Green Lantern. Does that make sense, or am I just like saying my own stuff?
That makes sense. People want to check it out once, and afterwards they're like, okay, whatever. Like, what is this? But it's so hard. I feel only for SeaWorld to please their guest. Like, if they don't have some amazing ride, then people are like, alright, SeaWorld sucks. Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I'm curious to see if Tidal Coaster has got any popularity, because we haven't been there for like a week and a half. So, and we're going tonight on a Saturday night, opening night of Electric Ocean. So I'm curious to see how busy Tidal Coaster is, if it's going to be busy. And if it's not, then we know that it was a complete fail. Because tonight's like one of the busiest nights, so...
And what day did we go last time? Was it a weekend or was it,
It was a weekday.
It was a weekday?
It was like a Thursday.
Okay, because like when we went last time, there was literally it was walk on every single time.
Yeah, it was like a week after it opened, and there was nobody in line.
Yeah.
And the people that were getting on it were the same people getting on
Yeah,
it over
just-
and over.
It was basically just us on the whole ride.
Mm-hmm.
We dueled with ourselves.
And we did duel with ourselves. I love the ride, and I will still stand by that unpopular opinion of me loving the ride. I just, people. Like the YouTube, my video of the POV got so many dislikes because of the ride, and so many people saying it's a carnival ride, it's a carnival ride, it's a carnival ride. And okay, it may look like a carnival ride, but it's still a coaster. It still goes upside down. They didn't just set it up in 2 days like a carnival ride would. They took a while to build it, and it's some new technology. The only thing that I don't like about it is how loud it is.
Yeah.
It's just so loud.
You could hear that all the way at Electric Eel.
Yeah, it's really loud. That's the only thing I don't like. Overall, though, I like how they made use of their space.
Well, yeah, before it was just nothing, so at least it's good to put something there.
It's like Riptide Rescue over by the Turtles. There used to be nothing back there. I think there was like a quick service restaurant, but that's it.
That's what I feel like it's good for, just filling up space. That's what I like about Tidal Twister. It's a space filler. I don't really like...
It's a filler.
Yeah.
It's something to hold us off.
I don't really like the ride in general, but I do like that at least SeaWorld did something with their space, and because no one really went over there when it's cold. You think anyone's going to go ride some Rapids ride right now? No. But at least like now there's actually...
Especially, like during the summer, is the only time to use that amphitheater by there.
Well, yeah, during the show tonight. So, at least have have another reason to go over there.
Yeah, because it's like you want people to go back there. It's like a part of the park that nobody really went to. Yeah, there was an aquarium, but it was just kind of like a hidden aquarium.
Yeah, like think how many times we actually went inside that aquarium.
Yeah, I didn't go back there as much. And now that Tidal Twister's over there, I'll go over there and, ride it. There's a reason for me to go over there. And you guys know that I don't like water rides that much, or at least rapids rides. So,
I
okay,
love
so
them.
what about the repainting of, or the revamping of the Journey to Atlantis? That got tons of hate.
Ooh,
That
girl.
got tons of hate too.
I think because you know how we were talking about how San Diego, like if you make your rides a certain height, it has to be like blue. Like, yeah. So I feel like what they really wanted to do was stick with the whole yellow theme, like, you know, that's what they wanted. But then they made that one tallest tower just blue to comply with San Diego. When really, the whole thing should have been blue in general because it looks so much better than damn yellow.
Yeah, like the like royal blue at the bottom, like the buildings and everything. It's like it doesn't match well at all with the light blue. I feel like if they just did a light blue and more of like a dark light blue, the whole pattern, that'd work so much better.
You think the San Diego Chargers sponsored them
No.
way back then?
I think if they really wanted to do their stinking yellow on top, that even if they did the light blue like on the buildings instead of like that royal blue, I feel like it'd still look decent.
Or maybe they shouldn't have used they should have used a very muted light yellow, not some bright freaking.
It'd fit more with the like light look, like the more lavishing look. I don't know, just
They used too harsh of colors.
yeah, they did those. Well, only for the buildings.
Yeah.
The towers look fine; they look nice, but the buildings at the bottom, they're way too harsh colors.
They're way too much.
Okay, so and then we'll dive into the ride. The boats, I like the color of the boats. I do. I like the green and I like the light blue. Some people are saying they look nasty. I like them. I think because they can't make the boats just purely light blue, then it's going to look weird with the same exact color on the towers. So adding that little green to them looks nice. I like it.
Yeah, I like the green too. It was nice.
And like I like how they made them all the same color.
Yeah.
Because before, there was a teal one, there was a dark blue one, and there was a different color one.
There was like a tan one.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, what? And it didn't really like look good. I mean, the dark blue didn't look that great. The teal was like whatever. And then the narration over the ride.
Ooh, now that's where they really messed up.
Yeah, the narration is kind of corny.
It's so bad.
It's catered more to kids.
Yeah, it's like if you're watching PBS.
Yeah, like it's a roller coaster or a water coaster, and you just have this girl like, oh my goodness.
Like that belongs in Sesame Street.
Yeah, like the narration's kind of whack. The tunnel, I like how they added a little screen before you go into the tunnel, so it like flips up as soon as you're about to go in. And I like how the sun's on the front of the screen. The Poseidon narration was cool. I like that, and I like the music in the elevator. But just the whole narration of the girl doesn't sound good at all. And I really do not like how they didn't fix the screens in that elevator. Because you never rode it while there were screens on it, but I did. And I really miss the screens in that elevator. Now it's like, it's just a tarp now. Because before they just had the screens covered up, now it's just a tarp. Like, that goes over the little circle area of the elevator, which sucks.
And like so much of it is exposed, like you can
I know,
literally
you can see a lot
see
of it,
inside.
because it is just a tarp, so you can see a lot.
I don't know. They spent like what, a year on it? Is that how long?
No, they spent like 6 months, I think. Yeah, 6 months.
Okay, well they spent a long time doing basically nothing but paint. And it doesn't take 6 months to paint, let me tell you that.
And quick to be harsh, I think that the revamp was good. They replaced the track and everything, which would take a while. But I just think that they could have made more with their time, to put it in a more simpler way.
They could have done something to make the ride truly different, I feel like. Upgrade
an
it.
Atlantis feel. I feel like they tried to do an Atlantis feel, but they did not do good at all with that. Like, they incorporated Poseidon into it. That was good. But the narration, like, it should have been, because before it was like a more of a goddess woman speaking, like, oh, welcome to Atlantis, and stuff like that. And I feel like that should have been, whoever did that voice should have done the same voice throughout the ride.
This was the Sea Life or Ocean Explorer girl.
Yeah, it sounded exactly like her. And I like how they added the little Poseidon's hook or whatever in the middle. That was a cool. I wish it was bigger. And then the ride ends, and it's just like that. The narration, actually, the two problems I have with it is the narration and the harsh colors at the bottom. That's it. It's it was the minor changes, which SeaWorld is still. I feel like they still need to work on. Like, you can't have mistakes when creating a theme park ride, or creating a theme park land, or anything like that. You have to make it basically perfect. You know, and I feel like SeaWorld's still trying to figure out how to do that. I feel like that's their main problem right now. You know.
Well, yeah, they're still new into like that whole coaster theming type area.
Especially the theming. I wish that they'd take tips from Orlando's. San Antonio's is irrelevant. San Antonio's isn't that great. That park is so tiny. But I wish San Diego would take more tips from Orlando. Because Orlando, yeah, they're still stuck on the theming issue too, but at least they have more theming than anything. And as far as the penguin encounter goes, what do you think the big thing would be if like they do a brand new? Actually, no. Let's talk about this, because back to the topic of Sesame Street Land. Where would Sesame Street Land work? Would it be in the Nautilus Amphitheater, which is, you know where the Nautilus is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the back area near the old Pets Rule Stadium. Destroy that, and the penguin encounter gets moved somewhere else. Think of how much land they'll have. Because Wild Arctic's going away. Like, I know I said earlier that it may go away. I feel like it's going away no matter what. I feel like Wild Arctic's done for. Nobody goes back there. As far as the penguin encounter goes, lots of people love penguins. I love penguins.
I love penguinos.
So, where would Sesame Street Land fix? 123 Sesame Street Way.
Right where it is now.
What, Bay of Play?
Yeah.
Because also think about
The buildings.
the freshwater aquarium near the turtles is scheduled to get removed sometime this year. Like, that's getting destroyed.
It could go right behind, like, I'm trying to explain this to you. Okay, remember the food festival scene? Do you remember where the food festival scene is?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember where the Polynesian
Yes.
food was? I think it should be, like, over there.
I think, okay, now I'm thinking about it, SeaWorld has so much room to do stuff. Tons of room to do stuff. Because the Bayside, or not the Bayside Amphitheater, the, what's the one called? Where what is it? Behind Sea Lions. You know, like the actual theater. Not an
Oh, the
amphitheater.
one where they play, like, the rescue?
Mission Bay Theater.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Well, yeah, sure.
If they destroy that, the freshwater area, the freshwater aquarium, and that like little garden section, they have that whole plot of land behind to work with. I think about a coaster, a ride.
I don't think they should put the Sesame Street, though, because that's too beautiful to put a land
No,
in.
yeah, they need to put it like. They need to put it somewhere in the middle, because yeah, like you said, that overlook is beautiful. Like Mission Bay, that's
Yeah.
why I'm saying, like, say like Mako over in Orlando, not the Mako that's coming here. The Mako over in Orlando, it goes over water, you get to see everything. Something along the lines of you're going in constant ups and downs near Mission Bay, and you get that cool view would be nice. That'd be perfect for them. But what coaster could they put back there? A Giga? No, a Giga's way too big for that.
Definitely not.
It'd be had more of a small compact coaster, but still you get a good view.
A drop coaster.
Definitely not. SeaWorld would never do a drop coaster. I think that
A Montezuma's Revenge.
it'd probably be something whack like Eel. Eel would have been perfect there. You know?
Nah, it needs to be a little bit bigger than Eel.
It's not going to be bigger than Eel. I think Eel's the tallest that we're going to get.
I'm not saying in tall, I'm saying in like a longer, like minute wise. Like Eel's like a legit
I think it's
30
like 36
seconds.
is the total time.
It needs to be like a 2-minute ride, because all they have is like their rides are so short. Like it's not worth waiting in line for.
Manta's the longest, and Manta's like 2 minutes.
Yeah, but Manta's like boring.
After a while, it's boring. It's only boring to us because we've ridden it so many times.
But they need something cool, something wild, something ferocious.
Something that like only the cool kids can get on.
Exactly.
I know what you mean though. They need something more with a loop, like a full-on loop.
That's what I'm saying. Montezuma's Revenge.
No, they wouldn't do a ride like that. That's a short ride. That's like 30 seconds.
I know it is, but at least it has like more of like a. At least what I'm trying to say is it needs more adrenaline. That's what I'm trying to say.
They do need a ride with more adrenaline. I think that'd work better. It's so hard to, because I could think about a perfectly themed coaster. Just the question is, what coaster could it be? Mako's a dive coaster.
Green Lantern.
No, it would never. Mako's a dive coaster. Electric Eel is a skyrocket, I believe, or is Tidal Coaster a skyrocket? I don't know. I can't even think right now. Manta's just a normal launch coaster, and what could be next? Would it just be like a normal like chain lift go down, or I feel like SeaWorld San Diego could take on the challenge of making a hanging coaster. I feel like they should take that challenge on.
Hang time?
No, hanging.
What's that?
Like Silver Bullet.
Oh.
I know there's an actual word for it, but suspended flying coaster. I feel like they should take on that challenge, because they have one with Manta over in Orlando.
What about Tatsu?
That's literally Manta in Orlando.
I know, but it's not San Diego.
I don't know if it'd work well there.
That'd be so cool, like you're flying over the ocean.
Once again, they wouldn't put it over the ocean, but like you
okay,
could
but
get close to it.
like they put like right, like where you're skimming it.
That'd be cool, because Manta's on the Tatsu and
like
over
where
in
you're doing,
Orlando.
like when you're doing a turn, like you're like
That's what Manta
yeah.
Orlando does. Is like you turn and like the water skids up, which is cool. I think that the suspended one would work. Sesame Street Land, Polynesian area of Seven Seas Food Festival, definitely over there, or Bay of Play. I think that SeaWorld would be more towards Bay of Play. As far as scenic wise though, and size wise, I think that the Polynesian area back there would work a lot better.
Are they ever gonna reopen the Sky Ride?
I don't know, because it's still not open.
I know.
And if you guys aren't familiar with why we're talking about that, is because it broke down like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And it left people stranded up there.
For like 4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours, and they had to rescue them and stuff like that. So when something like that happens, they usually have to close rides like that for a long time. Like the one at Knott's, when the Sky Ride broke down like a year and a half ago, and people were stranded up there for like 6 hours, it stayed down for good, I want to say 7 months. It stayed closed.
In SeaWorld's defense, it wasn't like their fault. It was like, because that was when like the storms were going on.
No, it's nobody's fault. It's just
Knott's it was.
How was it not? Legally, you have to keep it closed. Like,
okay.
but it's nobody's fault. What did you say?
Nothing.
What did you whisper?
I said hello.
Legally, you have to keep it closed for proper inspection. But like, I feel like it's working. It's just they're forced to have to keep it closed. Because like you said, it was the weather conditions. Like, I don't think it was any mechanical issues. I think the weather just like messed it up. Because it was really windy, and they still ran it. But the Sky Ride at Knott's, that was just mechanical issues, and it got stuck up there. So, the Sky Ride though, I think will stay. Like, I don't think it will get destroyed. I think it's too much of a staple at SeaWorld. Like, everybody loves the Sky Ride.
Well, they charge for it now, so it's not like a big.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
too.
so
They charge right now, so I don't know if it's really that popular anymore. It's like the tower. Like, every SeaWorld has a tower. And
yeah, make the tower free for pass holders now and get rid of the Sky Ride completely.
yeah, SeaWorld needs to do a lot about that. Like, they've been trying their best to do more pass holder stuff. Like, all the time I get an email about, like, oh, get your pass holder pin, get your pass holder this, get your pass holder, like, early entry. But they're not doing enough to really show the pass holders how much they appreciate them. Like other theme parks do.
What do you mean, like other theme parks? SeaWorld's the one that does the best. What other theme park actually, like, has...
Okay, not okay. Take my words back about the SeaWorld's not showing how to appreciated enough. I'm saying like SeaWorld's not giving pass holders what they should be having, like free sky rides or the Bayside sky rides. Like those should be free, no matter what, you know. And they should have more pass holder nights, because the pass holder night that we went to for Christmas was a huge success. There were tons of people there,
So crowded.
but it was good for SeaWorld. I think that they should have more pass holder exclusive nights and do it in different tiers, because they have like 4 different tiers of passes. They should do it in tiers. That'd be
No,
cool.
so they won't get the worst one.
No, it's not about that. It's about like making the pass holder feel special compared to like a normal day ticket purchaser. And I think that they are doing a good job at that right now, but they need to do more of it. So I'm gonna wrap up that podcast because Savannah's starting to get distracted. So
No, I'm not.
and we pretty much covered a lot of the topics I wanted to cover today.
We just gotta head out to San Diego now to experience everything for ourselves.
Well, we gotta experience Electric Ocean. Plus, there will be a vlog on my channel. I'm pretty sure it's already up because this podcast will probably go up after. So make sure to check on my channel. There should be an Electric Ocean vlog. It's my favorite event. Like, truly my favorite event at SeaWorld. I'm always, like, so excited for it. So we're going to head out there right now. I'm going to wrap up this podcast. If you want to check us out on social media, check us out at SoCal Exploring Media on Instagram, at SoCal Exploring on Twitter, and make sure to check out our website, www.socalexploring.com, for all the latest theme park updates and haunted attraction news. And subscribe if you are new here, and turn on those bell notifications so you can be notified every time a new video or podcast goes up like this one. Guys, we really do truly enjoy making these podcasts for you, and I truly do enjoy making the videos that we put out and writing and all that good stuff. So we really do appreciate all the support that we've been getting. Positivity is key. Make sure to not let those negative barriers get in your way in life. I have been Scott.
I have been Savannah.
And we are SoCal Exploring, a part of the Keep Exploring podcast. Remember to keep exploring. Peace.
Peace.